Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Josh and I run the gpuabuse website and gaming channel. And this episode I'm actually really excited about because we're checking out a product that I didn't even necessarily know that I wanted. It's a monitor. Spoiler alert, I probably could have said that a little bit sooner, but you probably already knew because of the title. There's a few things that we gotta go over first. First thing is, ignore the fact that I'm wearing yoga pants. Girl yoga pants at that. Comfort Life, FTW. If you see any smoke, don't worry about it. It's probably just a fire. And I gotta get a story out of the way too. Believe it or not, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna believe this because it's not like an unreal story or anything, but I used to work as a graphics designer. A real graphics designer, not a freelance, not like, oh, I work for YouTube. No, I actually worked, I had my own little cubicle, and it was a relatively big company. It was worldwide, and had multiple different locations, but we sold our product worldwide, and I worked in the art department. I got to figure out how to say this story and keep it on point, so stick with me for a little bit. I worked there for a few years, and pretty much what my job consisted of was to create like spec sheets. It was actually for a life preserver company, or a life vest that you'd wear on a boat or for wakeboarding. I would design like the logos that you want to look hip while you are wakeboarding or surfing or doing whatever. It's kind of like wearing a helmet while doing your skateboarding stuff. Makes you look real cool. So wear your helmet. Wear that helmet. I'm serious. Looks cool on you. Wear it. Don't take it off. But yeah, I was designing the vest, and some of them looked really cool, and then some of them were just orange, like your typical ones. And I designed like the different thickness of the foam, but mainly it was like the logos and the designs on the particular vests. So that was my job, but it was a really nice place to work, and they would have awesome Christmas gifts, and I got an iPad once, but that's beside the point. They would do routine upgrades to different departments, and they were like on top of it. If they had extra money, they would put it into the company, and that's one thing I really respected about that company. But let's say that I was not necessarily the prize employee. In the beginning, they totally thought that I was like gonna change their world, and honestly, if my mind was 100% in it, I probably would have done really great things with that company. They were doing their routine upgrades. Everyone got brand spanking new iMacs, right? And what did I get? I got a ViewSonic 1080p monitor. And at first, I was a little bummed out. Everyone else had these flashy iMacs from like 2011 or something. And that's when they just started throwing like really decent graphics cards in their systems and had little webcams built in and stuff. And I didn't get a new computer. I got a new monitor, and I was like, well, I was a little bummed out. I'm gonna try to keep my language family friendly. If I don't, I will censor it. This is my mental note. Go back, watch your video, and censor it for the first time ever. Yeah, I was like, man, I got a monitor. Everyone else got an iMac, but I'm not one to complain. I'm really not. And so I didn't say anything to the boss. I just took it. I was like, oh wow, thanks. Kind of like getting a Christmas gift that you're not necessarily thankful for. I know that's really rude to say, but you know how it goes. So I was like, oh yeah, it's cool. But this is the cool part. And by the way, I am in no way saying that ViewSonic is a bad. I was just bummed out to get a monitor in general. It could have been any kind of monitor. But as a graphics designer, right? Once I plugged that in and started actually using it, I realized the intensity of what they have just given me. The colors were insanely spot on. Like, I've never witnessed true color like that before. I can't even tell you what the model was at this time, but yeah, I was really, really impressed. And actually, I was like, I'm glad they gave me the monitor and everyone else got the IMAX, because then it transformed to I got the best thing and they got the crappy stuff. Their IMAX were crappy compared to this monitor, in my opinion. And that's where this whole story begins. Needless to say, I no longer work for that company, but I've been looking for a similar monitor ever since, made by ViewSonic, right? I became like a ViewSonic fanboy, but I'm ashamed to say I have never actually owned a ViewSonic until like last week, where ViewSonic was kind enough to make one of my dreams come true. They sent me a brand new monitor, and boy am I thrilled to be able to share this with you guys. So without further ado, I might as well announce what it actually is, right? You guys already know, but I gotta announce it. The XG2560, which is a monitor made for gaming, but it definitely will suit your creative needs as well. As you guys know, I run gpuabuse. It's a website and a gaming channel and a gaming community. We're finally starting to get together on Discord and become a community and join in our Discord server. But let's go over some of the features. And honestly, I'm just reading off the website right now. I'll probably add some kind of fancy like overlay of what the monitor looks like and all that cool stuff, but it has a 240 hertz refresh rate. And I know you guys might be thinking like, damn, that is a very high refresh rate. I was previously at 60 hertz, and let me just tell you, that was quite the jump. Real life don't even move that smooth, I'm telling you. And as far as gaming goes, A+. And watching videos is clearly amazing on it. Everything just seems to run a lot smoother. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I could sit there and like scroll on a website all day. It has my particular model has the NVIDIA G-Sync technology, because I have an NVIDIA graphics card, but they do have monitors out there with the FreeSync for you AMD boys or girls. A rapid response time, and that's true. We'll get into that a little bit more later, because you can actually adjust the response time a little bit. Black stabilization for ultimate visibility. That's true. I was actually testing that because I'm not sure if you guys really watch this channel or if you're new here just for this video, but I play a lot of horror games, and a lot of those horror games are dark. Even some FPS games are relatively dark, but they actually have a technology in the monitor that will brighten up the dark areas, and there's different levels of black. I think there's 3 or 4 different levels of different sensitivity. And if you want really light blacks, you can make that happen. Or if you want to make it kind of somewhere in the middle so it doesn't ruin your experience of being able to see a darker environment, not cheating so much. But really what it's for is so you can see people creeping down in the dark. You know, you're like, you think I don't see you, but I see you. So that's actually a really, really cool feature. They also have a game mode hotkey. And again, another really useful tool. This is a button that is on the monitor. You can hit it. Matter of fact, I'll hit it right now. And it has a bunch of different profiles. Gamer 1 and Gamer 2 is ones that you can set yourself. FPS 1, FPS 2, RTS, MOBA, or off. Right now I have it as off because, you know what, I've been watching a lot of movies and I really like the whole default settings that I have chosen. Okay, so that's like their basic features that they have on the website, but it goes way more in depth than that. I'll leave a link to where you can find all this information on the ViewSonic website in the description. But I guess without further ado, let's actually like touch this thing. So I don't even know if you guys are prepared for this monitor right here, because it is legit so awesome. I don't even know where to begin, but I guess let's just start with an overall look of, how's it look, right? How's it look? There's my ring light that I was talking about, and look how clear the picture is. It's not like, it's not making the display look any funky like my old monitor was. But we're just gonna pan down a little bit. See all my icons that I'm rocking? All the way to the base, and this is something I did not talk about. Right here, you see this light? You can actually change what color that is. Now you don't have a ton of colors to choose from, but let's see here. Go down to the right here. Wait, no, I lied. My bad. It's actually right here. You have red, green, which matches the little cutout for the cable management slot, or you have blue. I personally like the auto, which happens to also be white. But now that we're here, we might as well look at the menu a little bit. I already told you what was all on it. The input select, which HDMI or DisplayPort. The audio adjust, you have volume and mute. View mode, this is where it gets really cool. You have standard, but then there's a lot of options in standard, and this is where you can kind of create your own little gaming profile. It has dark boost, adaptive contrast, which is really, really cool. Blue light filter, response time, and recall. Then you go down, you have your different gaming modes. Gamer 1, Gamer 2, FPS 1, FPS 2, RTS and MOBA, which is also the top button for your hotkey. Movie, web, and game. So depending on what you're doing, you can adjust the monitor for your needs. Let's see here. Your color adjust, and I guarantee when you get the monitor, you'll be messing around with the whole monitor or color adjust thing, because you want to get the colors as accurate as you can for your lighting environment. I know for me it didn't come out of the box perfectly calibrated, but it only took me a good 5 minutes to get it all set up for my needs. There's even a manual image adjust for different scaling modes and different aspect ratios, and fixed aspect ratio, 1:1, whatever that might mean. I don't even know what that means. Full screen, fixed aspect ratio is pretty much what I keep it at. And then the setup menu has all sorts of different stuff. Languages, resolution notice, information, OSD timeout, information. Let's go back up there for a second. Shows that I'm running at 1080p, 240 hertz, normal mode, and the model number. On-screen display timeout, background, power indicator. That's where I got the whole RGB lighting from, on that line thingy there. Standby charger, eco mode, sleep, deep sleep, and memory recall. Pretty cool. And when you turn off the monitor, look how quick you can turn it back on. My old monitor would take time to boot up. Pretty cool. So now that we're facing the monitor, I guess I can show you the whole swivel thing. You can go left, and I'm not even going all the way with it. Okay, that's the maximum point right there, and then right, and that's about the maximum point there. You can see all the ventilation, so it doesn't get too hot, and then you can point it up, point it down, and raise, and then this is the cool part. You can flipper to be portrait mode. Now I don't feel like changing my my resolution settings to match portrait mode, but when you do, it's really handy. I mean, if you're looking at trolling some Facebook comments, that's definitely the orientation you want to have it, because you can see so many comments. You can literally see the whole comment page without even switching or scrolling. Pretty cool. I'm actually going to point you guys down. You're gonna see a lot of finger smudges and stuff like that, but I want to show you some of the details. So they have a little ViewSonic symbol here, and this was all shiny at one point. It's really cool. So this is a shiny surface, obviously, and then up here is kind of like a sandy surface. Pretty cool. And then you got a little bit of a glass looking thing where it says XG, which is the model. Look at all that cat here. XG. It's got like glass, and then it's like under the glass, which, I mean, that's probably not actual glass, but acrylic maybe, I don't know. The little green cutout slot for cable management, which I don't mind green, so that's cool with me. Definitely not a deal breaker. This monitor's heavy, I'm telling you. Nice ViewSonic symbol on the front. I mean, I might be biased because I had that one experience with ViewSonic at the old graphics design job, but literally they're living up to their name. They're pushing out some awesome products, and I'm really glad to have them, a monitor in my hands now, made by ViewSonic of all people. There's another glossy panel cutout thing here. It's very ergonomic. This is the stand, and there's your headphone stand right there. Just pops out. You know, you push it in, pop it out. It's all cool. I mean, I might be just overly impressed with it, but simple things tend to make me feel good. Again, another ViewSonic logo there. A little bit of a embossed feeling to it. Nice shiny slant here to make your monitor look cool AF, as the kids would say. Yeah, I mean, really, it's a pretty complex design, but it's simple at the same time. There it is. There it is. A little audio, looks like HDMI, display port, and then let's see if we can't get the other side. Ah, there's those two other USBs, I think. Yeah, I think that's two other USBs. Pretty cool. And then again, the XG logo branding up here, and all your buttons that I was talking about. It would be very difficult to accidentally hit one. There's nothing worse than adjusting your monitor and accidentally hitting one of those buttons. So yeah, that's beneficial that they're thinking that button placement out big time. And then last but not least, look at all that cat hair though. Look, I've only had this monitor for a little while, and my cat's already taken it over. Your USB 3.0s, look at that. That is a beauty. And I'm talking about the monitor, not me. Look at that focus though. Dang, that focus though. Yeah, really, really beautiful monitor that we have here, my friends. Very beautiful. Alright, well, I suppose we will wrap it up there. If you have any questions regarding the ViewSonic XG2560, you can let me know in the comment section, and I'll leave all the links that I've mentioned in the description as well. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did so, you can let me know by leaving a like and maybe a comment saying, dude, that was good, that was good. Hashtag long hair don't care. Again, huge shout out to ViewSonic. You're making a little boy's dreams come true, and I will use it wisely, and I might even invest in a second one because a dual setup would be legit. But yeah, thanks again, my friends, and as always, I hope to see you next time. Adios.